I know Multi-Faker is at 1. I know I said that I would never play a deck again. And I didn't think, it's weird, I didn't think that what it would take to go back to this deck is that Multi-Faker got limited. I really like Altergeists. Don't know if I'll play him at Portland, but it seemed to go pretty well.
What is up, guys? Dzeeff here, and today I'm bringing to... No, I'm just kidding.
It's Simo behind the camera. It's Dzeeff on this side of the camera. So last week I got top 4 at the UDS, and I was just blown away. You know, only one Multi-Faker, first Premier top, and it was such a hard tournament. And I know some people thought it was a fluke, maybe even myself a little bit, but I really wanted to prove to myself and everyone else that it wasn't a fluke and that Altergeists were pretty good, and I could pilot them pretty well. So I went to YCS Portland and I set my sights for the top cut, and I did it. And I unfortunately lost in top 32, but I did go X2 in Swiss, and I did make top 32. My 2 losses in Swiss were to Salamangreats, which I did not respect at all, and I'll talk. You'll even see a really big portion where I didn't respect them in my extra deck as well. But I lost to them, both of those guys topped, and then I lost to Manav in top cut, and he played very well. And it was just I just didn't draw enough monster cards, which is rough. But anyway, I played Altergeists, so let's get into the profile here. We have 3 copies of Marionetter, 3 copies of Mulisik, 2 copies of Silicoides, 1 prismatic copy of Multi-Faker. Shout out to Ray Dye, who gave me this. He went to the World Championship and he was able to get me a copy, so huge shout out to him. I attribute this secret rare to why I topped. I love that. It looks so nice, and this is really good. And then 1 copy of the Conquery, as always. And then we have 3 copies of Ash, 2 copies of Ogre. So this setup's like kind of the same as the last time, except no Sangan, because that card sucks. But well, admittedly, I did actually lose in top 82 because I didn't play Sangan, but that was the only match where it mattered. And then we have, for the spells, 3 copies of Extravagance, just still 1 copy of Duality. So I did a lot of testing with the Duality, right? Because I said Sangan sucked, and I was like, well, what if I put in second Duality? But then, like, I drew 2 Duality way too many times, especially, like, in the late game stuff. It's not a good top deck. And then I tried to, like, put in 1 Lost Wind, and I was like, okay, Lost Wind's pretty good because that's, like, the best trap card. That's not 3 of it currently. But I drew that way too often in hands where I just had, like, 5 traps. So I was like, okay, I don't want that. So I needed a card that wasn't Duality, wasn't Sangan, wasn't Lost Wind, and the card that I came to the conclusion of was 1 for 1. And this is a card I played in the past, card OSG players have played in the past as well. And I know you're thinking, well, hey, Dzeeff, doesn't 1 for 1 conflict with the pot of Duality? And while it is technically true, so would a second Duality, so would a Sangan as well. So I didn't feel that I was ruining the consistency, and dude, like this, every single time I drew this card, it was nuts, except for exactly in top 32 where it could have been a Sangan. But throughout the tournament, like this card, I just ripped it off the top so many times, discarded a hand trap, summoned my Lucic, just like full combo right there. So this card is truly, truly one of the most insane additions. A lot of times you know it's going to go through because they always ash the Extravagance. So like if you Extravagance in a 1 for 1, you just know that it's going to go off. And I think I actually don't think this card got ashed. Maybe it got ashed like once, but almost every time it resolved. And in every case except the top 32, it was much better than Sangan or even the second Duality. So that's it for the spell cards. For the trap cards, 3 Spoofing, of course, 2 Protocol, of course, 1 Manifestation, of course. Didn't think 2 Manifestation was good. I mentioned that last profile, but a lot of people asked questions about that, but no second Manifestation. Then we have 3 Impermanence, 3 Strike. This stuff's all looking pretty similar. The one changes the Sangan, but the side decks were a lot changed. And then we have 3 Judgment. Man, this card is so good. It's so strong. I didn't draw Extravagant a lot this tournament, but I drew the Judgment a lot this tournament, like in multiple copies, and it's just like having a card that you can just use for value and for tempo and all these things, like just negate whatever you want, negate Engage if they have it multi-rolled. You can just negate like normal summons if they're down to very few cards. Like it is just so powerful at not getting Twin Twister, which happens like every single game. People weren't playing really Reboot at this tournament. I don't even think people were playing evenly matched. I think 2 of my opponents did, but that didn't really come up. But just having the Judgment in there to just stop like the Twin Twisters was just huge so many times. So I love that Konami put Judgment to 3. That is such an awesome choice. And then we have just the 2 copies of Lost Wind. No Konami. These are not the same Lost Winds as last time that I got a game loss for. I bought 2 new super rares because I couldn't bear to bring myself to play with only 2 Lost Winds that weren't hollow in the entire deck. So I bought 2 new super rares, and I got to double check that they weren't warped or anything. So I didn't get a game loss for these, and I did get another deck check, so we're good there. But yeah, I guess my other ones were just a little too warped. Still a really good card. Still did not have room for the 3rd. Played 2 Crackdown, also a very good card. A lot of people ask, like, well, why don't you just play 3 and 1? And it's like, I don't know. Sometimes the Crackdown's really good, sometimes the Lost Wind's really good. They both do like similar things in some situations, but not all situations. But those cards are really solid. And then the 1 Order, which I didn't draw very often, but the one time I saw it, it was like really solid. For the extra deck, which is almost never organized and it doesn't really matter, 3 Hexkia, only card that actually matters, 2 Link Kribo, 2 of the All Mirage. Even though I didn't have the saying in this card, still good for the combo I talked about in the last video. What's the combo we're talking about with this soul
combo?
Yeah, the normal summon pass combo. 1 Clara and Rushka, which never came up, and then I put in Super Poly, so I had to cut back on some other stuff. But we have Hida, Nightmare Phoenix, and then the Altergeists Prime Banshee, which comes up every once in a while. Never made either of these two. Like, a lot of times you just crack down things just to get them off your opponent's side of the field, so that doesn't matter too much. And then just to show how much I disrespected Salamangreats at this event, I played 4 Super Poly targets, but okay, so at the UDS, the reason I'm playing this card, I know it looks stupid, is because at the UDS, a lot of people were playing Pure Thunder. I played 2 of them in Swiss, 3 of them topped, and it won the event. So I was like, everyone's going to be on Pure Thunder, like it's just going to happen. So I was like, I don't want to play just the starting Venom because I can't out-Titan with the Super Poly, but I didn't want to just play the Predaplant because if you play against like the Guard Dragon Link deck, they don't end in Colossus, they just end on a bunch of Darks, so I want to start in Venom, but man, definitely I felt like I disrespected Salad when I played against 2, and like I had the Super Poly, but I didn't have the Violet Chimera, so this was probably a huge mistake. I did not play against a single Pure Thunder, I guess, despite the fact that won the event and was like the most popular Thunder deck in Top Cut, I guess people just didn't want to play it. I didn't see like anyone playing that deck. Maybe some top 32, I don't actually know at this point, but I definitely should have played the Violet Chimera. That would have been like way better.
Was there anything else in retrospect besides the Violet Chimera that you wish you
like, just in case, like the Mud Dragon of the Swamp, I'm pretty sure I should have just not played Super Poly at all, because in the side deck, so what ended up happening is that I didn't play against any control decks at the UDS, it was all just meta matchups, so I took out the Evenleys and the Heavy Storm Wrestlers from the side deck, so I was just like disrespecting like control decks, and then I ended up playing against both True Draco and an actual stun deck with like Banisher of the Radiance and Postina, and despite the fact that I had literally no cards to side in against either of those decks, I managed to 2-0 both those matchups. My Lucique is too good. It is just so strong. Like, it's so, I don't know, it's funny, like, because like I just had nothing, like no Evenleys. I think I sided in like Inspector Board just because it's like a normal summon that can attack over their Inspector Border. But like my whole side deck is just for like meta decks, and then I ended up playing 2 control decks, and just like I can't believe I won those matches. It was really, but my Lucique, I owe this top, the last top, all to my Lucique. Cards too good. Side deck, we have the 3 borders. I actually never really sided into this card too much. I didn't really get to go first a lot against the combo decks, but it's really good, obviously. 3 Lancia, still like the most common side deck staple, I think. I dropped the Gnomes for effect failure. This card was a lot better. Just like Gnoming the Phoenix just like isn't quite good enough, so I didn't want to actually play that because I just can't kill the Phoenix. And then 3 Village, because I was afraid of Striker, which I lost to in top 32. 2 Super Poly, which I never really used. I mean, I used it against Thunder, I guess, but it just wasn't very good. It should have been something else. It should have been like Brankatos, maybe like anything, basically. And then the last new card was 2 Rivalry of Warlords. I was just really afraid of Striker, so I had like 5 cards that were sort of auto-win against them, and apparently it wasn't enough. I mean, I played against 2 Striker and Swiss, and I beat them, but I lost to it in top 32. I just didn't draw a monster card, but that was a side deck. So I did play, in fact, a bunch of new cards here. These 6 cards were all new. I thought they were pretty big changes. So you can see here, nothing for True Draco, nothing for Stun or whatever. So that was really good. I'm so glad I won those matchups. And like obviously, if I play the mirror match, I'd probably just like auto lose because I have all these bad cards against them. But even though I topped that last one, I don't know if now people start playing Altergeists like at regionals. But I didn't see any Altergeist players, so I understand it's not like the greatest deck. But I like this deck a lot. And someone made the joke. I didn't make this joke, but some people were saying that I traded 2 copies of Multifaker for 2 Premier Tops, so I'm gonna go with that logic. But I love this deck, and I mean Multifaker is still really strong. It's just the Meloseek is so strong just by itself. It's no better normal summon for any control deck. It just means every True Draco card, every other control deck doesn't have that. Even like Subterra Guru isn't as strong as Meloseek just on its own. But yeah, that's my top 32. So now I have a UDS top, YCS top, and hopefully it's just a great start to the season, and I hopefully will be able to top some more as the season goes on. Maybe with Altergeists, maybe with something different. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. And
no shoutouts? No shoutouts?
No shoutouts. Shoutouts to Ricky, who came here with me. He's my teammate. Shout out to my
I didn't know if he was there actually.
To my girlfriend for having to listen to me debate about Super Poly in the main deck when she probably had no clue what I was talking about for like 5 hours on the plane ride home from the UDS. I was like, should I have played Super Poly? Should I not have played Super Poly? Maybe she knows what starting Venom Fusion Dragon is by now. But it's and then shout out to Simo, who's behind the camera, and all the YouTubers who throughout the entire weekend of this weekend and the UDS, like every single round, just giving me so much support. The YouTuber community is so strong, and it's really cool. Oh, also shout out to Konami, because they made us, me, Sam, and Alex here, bounty duelists. So we got free packs for playing, free packs for winning, and also our opponents got free packs, so they beat us. Super cool of you guys to acknowledge us. We really appreciate that. But thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.